Hello, all my Macam people. Happy Fro Friday, happy Macam Friday. Welcome to our Macam Make a Culture Move podcast, where we cover everything from intense social topics to funny social trends. We are your host, Mark Jonathan.
Tabitha.
G.
And as always, we have interesting topics for you today. But before we get started, if we could have our brief disclaimer.
So here at the Macam podcast, we cover a lot of intense and controversial topics that do not represent Macam as a whole. So we just hope that you keep that in mind as we dive into our podcast.
Yes, indeed. And with that being said, I'll kick us off today. So, boom. The first topic that we'll discuss today is Black Panther's co-star really starting after the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Hope I didn't get that wrong. I hope I'm not pronouncing her name wrong. It's Letitia Wright, something. Sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. But she received backlash for her anti-vaccination claims that she made on Twitter. Apparently, it was a whole 60-minute video, and her followers basically crashed her for saying like the vaccinations are a little suspect. So as we get into the article,
Okay.
and I tried to find like little snippets of the video itself. The hyperlink kind of takes you to the live as a whole, but like nothing where she really stated anything specifically. But in the article or in the first paragraph,
Okay.
so it says Black Panther actress Letitia Wright, or that says Letitia, right? I'm not.
There's no S in it. I think it would be Letitia.
I mean,
Letitia.
Letitia.
Where's this S in there?
The TIA.
yeah, that's what I thought it was. Mrs. Wright, Miss Wright, all right, is defending herself after she drew sharp criticism for sharing a video spreading conspiracy theories and misinformation, quote unquote, of vaccines and COVID-19. On Thursday night, Wright dismissed Twitter users who slammed her for posting a clip titled COVID-19 Vaccine, Should We Take It? From Light London church leader Tommy Arayomi's YouTube channel on the table. The 69-minute video, which has since been removed from YouTube and Wright's Twitter feed, sees Arayomi making transphobic remarks stating several unfounded claims blaming China for the pandemic, downplaying the threat of climate change, and discouraging people from getting vaccinated for the flu and COVID-19. So really that's all I wanted to cover from this article, because the rest is just talking like how the people came for her. But we've talked about this vaccine on the podcast, and we pretty much have the same stance on it. But it was just crazy to see that all of her, or not all, but a majority of her followers were coming so hard at her and not in agreement. It was just crazy to me.
I just think that, just because you say something people are following you doesn't mean that they have to agree with what you're saying. Like that's one thing. Like just because, like that's like the sky is purple, and I'm looking at, I'm like, nah, the sky is blue, and that's just a whole because. And I admire you, somebody I admire, but if you say something that I don't agree with, I'm gonna tell you that I disagree with you. Just because I'm a quote unquote fan doesn't mean that I have to subscribe to every every belief or perspective that you have. But as far as like the COVID-19 thing, I know for a fact that's a government patent disease, and I don't know. I don't necessarily believe in climate change, but that's just me. But I'm not a fan. That's my own personal opinion. I don't have a degree in environment or anything like that. I don't have a degree in anything doctoral as far as like admin. So this is just my own opinion.
Okay.
I just think, celebrities are always expected to, they have to, whatever they say, it has to appease to their fans. Otherwise, they're in the wrong. And fans tend to forget that celebrities are literally just people who are living their dreams, and that's it. They're human beings. They have a right to say whatever the fuck they feel. You don't have to agree with them, and they don't have to apologize for saying what they say. And it's all every time something like this happens in a situation, it's expected that the celebrity apologizes to fans because the fans don't agree with them, or they don't agree with the fans. When, like Tabitha said, I don't have to agree with you. They don't have to agree. We don't have to be in agreement. We don't. And celebrities shouldn't have to apologize for not being in agreement with their fans. And yeah, as far as the vaccine goes, it's a whole rigged situation as far as the government. So I don't believe that it needs to be taken. I know that there are like colleges for the athletes. They're starting to where athletes will have to be tested weekly for COVID, and I know that's what they do in the prison systems. They test weekly for COVID, and it's something that you can't even resist if you wanted to. So it sucks in that area. But for people who have a choice, do your research. Can't nobody tell you what to do. If you feel like you're gonna go ahead and get the vaccine, then you do that. And if you feel like you're not going to get the vaccine, then you do that. But nobody can tell you what to do in this situation. You have to do the research for yourself.
And I do want to say one last thing about this, and it's that I think why celebrities get so much backlash.
I'm just about to get in the shower real quick and get dressed.
We have a lot of influence, and everything we do and say is monitored. So if someone, let's say in a higher position,
Or I could set it up.
like most of social media, news outlets and things like that is owned by a few people, maybe like 6, I think. And like if you say something that they don't agree with, they have the power to take you off. So that's why, I think celebrities are more like, damn, I can't say this, I can't do that, because at the end of the day, you pick one of those people off and they will take you off all platforms.
And that's why I respect the celebrities who don't even deal in the social media platform at all, because they understand how it works, and they understand that they shouldn't have to validate what they say or how they feel to anybody, because they are people and they have a right to feel how they feel, and they have a right to say what they say, what they want to say. And so those celebrities who don't even deal in the social media platform around, don't have the Facebook, don't have the Twitter, don't have the Instagram, those are the ones who are the most commendable, because they understand how it works. And it's the social media platform as to why celebrities have so much influence and have to be so censored. And it's honestly not fair to them. You shouldn't have to be so censored when they are literally just people. And the platform that they have, what they do, makes their fans forget. It's the fans that give entertainers so much influence. And it's the fans who forget that these people are people and they have feelings and emotions and rights as well. And fans are part of that reason as to why they have to be so censored.
Right.
100%. Well, segue into our next topic. I was scrolling on social media and had stumbled upon this. It was interesting, at least to say. After further digging, we can actually pull it up as I'm talking, because I'm sure I'll go over some of the points. But yeah, So this woman right here, I believe her name is Vanessa Smith. I'm not sure on her last name. But yes, as you can see, Booker T alum. And basically she went viral for her HBCU. It was HBCU
She pledged.
Pride Nation that shouted her out. Yeah, she pledged Delta, which is, if you didn't know, a black sorority. There were some people saying that she was the ace of the Delta line, but I think that's just hearsay. But yeah, some of her accomplishments, I mean, the viewers can read them. I'm not, you know, class of 20, vice president, woman of, can you scroll down for me? My bad. Woman of Purpose, president, business club vice president, NAACP community service chair, accounting club treasurer, Alpha Chi Honors Society, Dean's Honor Roll, President's Honor Roll, the list goes on. And I guess this was just interesting because the person who shared it was like, black people can't have anything.
That's true.
And I was just like, wowzers.
Yeah.
I was like, this is very interesting.
Okay.
Because initially they were saying that she was the ace of the Delta line. And that in itself, I was like, hold on, like.
It's not believable. Yeah, that's deep. That takes it far.
I mean, but I attended Colorado Mesa, and like some of my friends asked me like why I didn't pledge or didn't want to pledge, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna pledge in Grand Junction, like.
Right.
Like I don't know. And they were like black fraternities that I could have joined, but it's like y'all are in Grand Junction.
It's
like,
not the same.
I didn't feel it. But yeah, I just knew that I had two very strong-minded coworkers, and I was curious to you all's opinion.
When you said that somebody said that black people can't have nothing, black people cannot have nothing. I'm just like, I don't know. Historically, black institutions, aka universities, colleges, stuff like that, are specifically for black people because for the longest, white people and black people didn't want black people to go to their schools. So it's kind of like it's
not only didn't it want, but wouldn't even allow.
Right. It's putting on us and everything when we're trying to go to the same school again. So I just think that I don't know. That's like me trying to join a Hispanic. I don't know. I think I could get away with that though. I don't know, but that's like me trying to join a white sorority, knowing that it's a white sorority. There's actually a story about a woman that did that who was found
like a
dead.
Country club.
Yeah, she was found dead. So
yeah,
she made it through it though. She's one of those white girls that look like she likes black boys. I'm just saying.
She looks like one of those white girls that like black boys. I mean, at the end of the day, black people cannot have anything to themselves for the simple fact that whatever we do try to keep for ourselves, then we're mean and unfair, and it's like we can't have anything to ourselves. And I'm not for it. I don't even know what else to say. Like, I'm not for it. Like, I just don't. Everything that she's doing, I'm sure there's a black girl doing the exact same plus more. So
very true.
So it's like, I don't know. I'm not against I'm not against, the sororities and, fraternities allowing white people to pledge. But at that point, it's like, how much power do you give them? Because at the end of the day, it is up to those sorority and fraternity board and chair members of, what people have so much power. So it's just like, how much power do you give them? And now every little white girl is going to be thinking they could join a black sorority. And I don't know. It's like now it's like, well, one did it, now we could do it. Why not? Like, why? I like black. I'm not racist either. Why can't I join a sorority?
I don't.
So
I'm colorblind.
I don't see color. I don't see color. So I want to join this all black sorority or all black fraternity too. And now it's just like it's not all black anymore. So I don't know. I mean, that's them. They decided to do that. That's upon the Deltas, and now they have to live with that legacy that they have brought upon themselves, and they have to answer to the ancestors for that one.
That reminds me of like Bring It On. I don't know which one it was, but like it was like the one that was like in Compton. It was like
with Gabrielle Union.
No, it's not the one with Gabrielle Union. That's the original Bring It On. It's a different one where this girl joins a black cheerleading team. This white girl joins a black cheerleading team, and it's kind of like the influence. Like you could tell, like where like influence them. The thing is, though, what they do in movies like that is they try to say that having a more cultured, like
ethnic influence.
Yeah, you can see where that influence played out and how it made the team quote unquote better. But that's the thing though. Like sometimes I feel like, I don't know. Like I'm just gonna be honest. I'm a separatist. Like I think that we need to do our own thing and get
I'm definitely a
keep our
separatist.
resources and certain stuff in house instead of like, just spreading it out for everybody to have.
Exactly.
We're struggling ourselves. Why are we sharing with people that never really want to share with us? That just doesn't make sense.
And it's like I don't know, because you think about it, and she and joining sororities and stuff like that, you're joining and entering into a family. You feel me? A different part of a family. You're you have certain obligations, especially with the holding titles that she has. You hold certain obligations that you have to appease to. And when joining a family, you're already in certain other families. Then you have to combine those families for certain different things, certain resources, certain networking opportunities. And it's like, are all of her networks and resources and families going to be welcoming with open and welcome arms to her all black sorority family? Like, how does that play out? So I don't
figure that out when I start putting it together.
It's a situation. I don't know. I mean, if it works for them, it works. I'm a separatist. I don't believe that we should be giving white people all this power. Mom, there are several other rooms in here in this home. I wouldn't be on board for it. If I was on the board of Deltas, my vote would have been no. Like, nah, she can't. Nah. Respectfully, disrespectfully, however you take it, some things that we need to keep at home baked.
Damn.
It's crazy, and it's almost like, like clearly from a young age, she had these goals set because being in like a Booker T alum, like that alone even showed. And I believe the college she went to is Langston University as well. I could be wrong on that, but I'm almost certain.
I think that's what it said.
Yeah, I mean, like my coworker said, this kind of like opens the door for a lot more cases like this. I mean, I've already seen white boys in like frats, like alpha shimmying and stuff, like and all types of stuff. You feel me? So I don't know. It's definitely not the first case. Clearly won't be the last. Hey, black people can't have nothing, as my Facebook friend would say. But yes, that is all I have for us. So if we could segue into our next topic, Tabitha, what you got for us?
Oh my God. So the Christian pastor strikes again, you know what I'm saying? And this man on a like hour rant on Facebook, calling his wife all kinds of hoes and
Whoa.
ruined his effing life and all this stuff. I just wanted to bring this out because it kind of just shows like nobody. I don't know. Like if you, I highly encourage y'all to watch this live on your own because the comments had me cracking up. You know. So yes, and this was brought to my attention recently. You know, and so I want to share it. So, well-known pastor. Nightdale, North Carolina pastor loses his mind on Facebook says his wife is a gold digger and tried to abort his child.
Yikes.
So that's him right there, and that's Angel. As I'm gonna dive into the video, but this is all I have for today because like this needs as much attention as I could give to it. Because when I heard about this, I thought it was crazy. A North Carolina pastor has taken to social media to air out his maternal issues, his matrimonial issues, and drags his wife for filth. At one point, saying that she is a modern day Jezebel. Bishop A. Wyoming Billsmore Jr. of Nightdale, North Carolina, had a lot to say on Facebook Saturday afternoon while he went after his wife, prophetess Kiana and Dale Daniels Bazemore, who he accuses of being a fucked up woman. Chill.
Child.
That's what that says?
That's what that says. Child.
Okay, child. Okay. So that's them, you know. She looks like an angel, and I don't know what he looks like, but right now he ain't looking too good. You you find out who your real friends are when you have to go to social media to air out your business. Looks like this guy doesn't have anyone who cares about him until comments filled up the clergyman filled with other clergymen begging him to get off Facebook Live. In the 45-minute video, Pastor Billsmore talks about him serving 3 years in North Carolina adult of corrections for a crime he committed. Through a public search, we found that Pastor Billsmore was a scamming fraudulent pastor who used worthless checks to get SUVs from car dealers. So this is his mugshot. That's his mugshot. Say it again. Say it again. Okay. In his rant, he talked about his ex-wife going through a separation and living alone, trying to get back on his feet. Through the process, he said he and his ex-wife were faking and acting like they had everything together just so the church wouldn't look at them crazy. Pastor Billsmore said through all of that, he met his now wife, Kiana, but he had already met her previously in Chicago 10 years ago. Fast forward. Pastor Bill Bazemore said he had seen Kiana again at a funeral he attended, and he said he didn't say anything to her in person, but he saw her a second time. But he did reach out to her on Facebook a month later. He said the two talked, blah, blah, blah. So this is going on and on about what's about to show in this video. I'm just going to play the video because, y'all, I cannot serve this video any justice by reading what's going on. So.
Do it. No, I was so in love. I was so in love. Things didn't work out. So long story short, I seen her again at Bishop Donnie Graves' funeral. I saw her, and because of the exchange we had 10 years ago, and the being afraid of being let down again, I didn't say anything to her. So I reached out to her on Facebook. Maybe a month later, we started talking. Those that know me know I used to work in the funeral business, stuff like that. So, that's what I had going on for myself. And I was like, it is what it is. I had that going on for myself. And it was hard to get employment when I first came home because of the felony.
Yeah.
So I met Angel again at Bishop Graves' funeral. And we started dealing with each other. And we started talking to each other. Every goddamn day, we was talking. Every damn weekend, I was taking Angel somewhere. It was my money. Anybody that know me, no, I never had a money issue. Yeah, I had some bad checks. But anybody in this line that knows more, I always had money. Right, wrong, or indifferent, I always had it. I don't care how I got it. I always had the shit. Always. I wore custom shoes. I didn't wear right shit.
Yeah.
This girl came into my life. And because I was so busy wanting a ministry partner, somebody I can do ministry with, somebody that I thought that would love me for me when my money dried up, that's when all hell broke loose. I was warned by every preacher that saw me and told me, don't fuck with her. I was so in love. I was so, it's gonna be great. No, we gonna, she's not like that no more. And after all that,
no more.
They was right. I about lost my fucking mind messing with this woman. She is manipulative. When I got to Angel, I had money. Angel had good credit. So we started getting things, and because my credit, I just gone through a divorce, we started acquiring things. We started getting loans. Mind you now, Angel was not working. She would get little checks here and there from the school.
I'm a fast forward.
45 minutes.
And after she
Right, he was going on.
Now, of course, let me tell the truth. When she talked about it, because the preacher at the funeral she don't care for. Let's tell the goddamn truth.
I'm gonna stop it there. But this dude went on social media and aired his wife out. When I say he aired her out, y'all, this man went on for damn near an hour talking about like how he was taking his dad's money from the funeral home that he was working for, and he was paying his own personal bill for his dad's money, and he got caught, and so his dad switched accounts on him. He was like, yeah, he switched the accounts and yada yada yada. And Angel took everything, and everything was in Angel's name. So I just think that that's just a little drama for the week from me. I didn't go to World Fight about something like that. This was something that was brought to my attention, and I just think that it's crazy. So, yeah.
You know, people are crazy. People are crazy. But you do have to be aware of who you let pastor to you, because not everybody is godly and not everybody knows God. So you got to be careful, because there are people out there. He's obviously a scammer. So, not to say that he probably doesn't know God, but they're probably not in communicative terms right now. So, just be careful. But I don't know, just like, as a decent human being, you don't want to air people's business out on social media, especially your own business. I mean, because true enough, he's talking about her, but I mean, it's your business. Like, it's, you're kind of exposing yourself too in that situation. So, I don't know. Yeah, any like real person would not have done that, but some people, like attention, like drama. So hopefully he got what he was looking for, and that I don't even know what to say. Like, I don't. Hopefully, he got the attention he was looking for. Hopefully, he got the responses he was looking for. I don't know. That's very drama felt. I mean, it put a little smile on my face, but hopefully everything works out for him and wifey, ex-wifey, whatever their situation is.
Believe it or not, they got back together after that. Go ahead, Mark.
I believe it.
I swear.
I believe it. That's that toxic shit that our generation just idolizes so much and just loves. Like, it's nothing good about it, but it does not surprise me that they got back together. I'm sure. And, in some cases, like, I know people who, orchestrate stuff like that just because they're bored and don't have anything else to do. And it's like, why not give some entertainment? Like Jenny said, he needed a place to stay. Like, probably got mad at her, at the house. And yeah, anything could have happened as to why he really wanted to go on Facebook Live and do that. So, I don't know. Toxic people, man, they definitely bring comedy to the Facebook or to the social media platform.
Yeah. This pastor is me, or exactly how I feel, or how I'm feeling about females in this generation right now. I'm just tired. I'm just tired. And if I could go on a 45-minute rant, I would. But I just can't for the sake of my sanity.
Would you let him
stay with you? You said what?
Would you let him stay with you?
Oh, no, absolutely not. But nah, in all seriousness though, I mean, he, like you said, he just put his business out there, and I'm sure he got exactly what he wanted, which was the attention, the viewership. This clearly didn't just start. He always been this crazy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so but that just goes to show, like, everybody crazy in this generation nowadays.
Oh my gosh, everybody's crazy.
And there's one more clip I want to show real quick.
And I'm not including myself in that either. It's like, oh,
nah, we're including you. We've seen your Facebook track record.
Oh my goodness.
Right in the bed, because it ain't mine. And we end up making love at the funeral she don't care for. Let's tell the goddamn truth. So yes, I didn't tell her the truth that I went to the funeral. And matter of fact, after she asked me about it, I still sat up there and I lied and I said, no, I wasn't there. Because she don't care too much for the preacher. So she put me out the house last night. I slept in my fucking car. It ain't the first time. I slept in my car, which is actually in her name too. Let me throw that out. I slept in the car. After I slept in the car last night. After I slept in the goddamn car. She sat there. I came home. Took a shower. Got in my bed. Got in the bed, because it ain't mine. And we ended up making love this morning. Talking about we making up.
Oh my goodness.
Looked at me in my goddamn face and said, I still don't want you.
Damn.
I was thrown off. I was like, really?
I'm tired too, boss. I'm tired of it too.
And she still looked at me and said, I don't want you. I don't want to be with you. Yada, 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 yada. All right, I said, fine. I had an ordination. On my way to the ordination, she texts me and says, you know what? I want to be with you. We're going to work this out. I'm going to come to the ordination. Fine. We had the ordination at Bishop Rogers Church.
Bruh. Now he preaching to the choir. I don't know now.
Ladies,
Now I ride.
ladies, you gotta stop doing that stuff. You gotta stop doing that stuff. Like, dang, you can't. Oh my goodness, that'll take me on a whole rant.
Drake said, niggas is just like bitches these days. Now it's vice versa.
Oh my goodness. Oh my.
Anybody that knows me know. No, I'm not an aggressive person.
Look at the hurt. Look at the hurt in his verse.
Just a few weeks ago, I tried to take my life because I felt trapped. I felt so alone. I felt so many different emotions.
Why do dudes always go to that point?
Bring it out.
I came to the fucking hospital. Looked me in my face. And I just wanted to see if you were still alive. I don't even want you.
At this point, you should understand. Like,
She don't want you, bro. Listen, Maya Angelou said, if someone shows you who they are, believe them. Like, if she has said under multiple different circumstances that she does not want you, and ladies, you can't be getting mad at your dude and be telling him, all right, well, I don't want you. And then, like, when you come down from that, come down from that high of anger and be like, oh, well, no, I do want you. You can't be doing that. You know, it's not fair to they're not as strong as us emotionally. You can't be doing that. They're weak. Men are weak individuals and creatures. You can't be doing that to them. It really messes with their minds and their hearts and their emotions. No, I'm serious. Emotionally, men are weak. And women are so manipulative and know how to play with a man's emotions and feelings because we know y'all are weak. And so we know how to use y'all's feelings against y'all because y'all don't know what's going on. Y'all be clueless. Y'all be so clueless and don't be knowing what's going on. Yes, Mark.
Hold on.
Time out. Flag on the play. What's up?
I will say this. Y'all, it's true that y'all are very manipulative, sneaky, and amongst other things.
We learn from our men counterparts. We just do it better.
Okay, I can agree with that. I can agree with that. Women definitely play the game better than dudes. It's just dudes like initiated the game. So I do feel you on that because I got a girl best friend and she's just out of this world. Well, now she settled down now, so kudos to her.
I'm just saying though, like women, there are some good men out there. You feel me? And if you are fortunate enough to where you have one, you cannot manipulate and play with their feelings, their emotions, because they don't know how to come back from that as women do, so I don't know. Clearly see the hurt in dude. Like he's hurt, he is
fat and he is lonely
And you know,
he needs to burn that fat, get out his feelings, and get his life together without trying to lean on somebody else to get his life together. Because the thing
and
is,
do that, you know.
but
And
the
like
thing
you
is,
said,
if you put all the responsibility on a woman, she's gonna
what are
resent
you
you.
responsible for? Yeah, what are you responsible for? Like, what responsibility do you have? And women shouldn't have to be responsible for herself and you.
Right, and you're supposed to be the hedge of protection. You're supposed to be the man that's taking care of the household. But instead of that, you took out all these loans that you can't pay for because you lost all. You had a hard time being employed.
Because you're a scammer.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't own it. Gee, let me be honest, I don't own the
That's in her name. It's in her name. It's hers.
I up in the cars. That's in her name too. Like, come on, man.
What are you responsible for? Like, where's your responsibility? What are your roles? And it's like, I don't know, dudes, y'all have to stop. I'm gonna kill myself. I don't want to live anymore. Like,
right hand
you
to
know,
God.
I know dudes who have, you know, and honestly, it does not make a woman really sympathize for you. You know, at the time she may pretend like she feels bad for you, but it's really a turn off. It's really a turn off because it's like why? Like, I don't want to be with you, so now you're gonna kill yourself. Like, what? Go find somebody who wants to be with you. Like, why is it that I don't want to be? People, listen, men, female, men, women, boys, girls, everybody. If somebody tells you that they do not want you in their life,
walk out of it.
Walk out of it. There are billions of other people who may want you to be in their life. Just because this one individual doesn't want you to be a part of their life doesn't mean that your life is over.
Or that you should end it at.
Or that you should end it at all. Like, no, you know, it's not. There are so many other people who will love you and care for you and be there for you than this one person who doesn't want you in their life. Like, I'm sure there's somebody who you don't want in your life. And if you tell them, I don't want you in my life, leave. Let's separate. We don't need to be a part of each other's lives. It's okay to walk away from people. It's okay to leave people's lives. It's okay to kick people out of your life. If you feel like somebody's energy is toxic and is not matching your energy and your flow of life, then it needs to be removed, and it's okay. It's not, everybody's not meant to be a part of everybody's lives. It's just how it is. I'm sorry if you don't like that, but if somebody tells you that they don't want you in their life, listen to it. If they tell you out of sobriety, if they tell you it out of drunkenness, if they tell you that while they're high or off of drugs, if they tell you it out of anger, if they tell you it out of love, if they say, I do not want you in my life, if those are the words and that's the phrase, then leave. Don't strain yourself to try to change who you are to fit their lifestyle. Be who you are and walk out of that person's life and continue to grow and be a better individual for yourself. Period.
100%. And that girl previously was the girl who he was tripping on, right?
Yeah, in the picture.
But see this finger right here? You don't want to be in this position.
You do not want to be there.
Fact.
He's hurt. Look at him.
Look at him. I know why he was hurt, but
oh my God.
You gotta take that one to the chin. You gotta take that one to the chin. Ain't no way.
I hope he finds love.
I hope he gets and gets out his stop being a simpleton.
Yeah, it's really leaving Shorty.
But yes, just a segue though, because I dwelt on this for a minute, and I hope he gets his life together. But G, what you got for us there?
Y'all, I just got 2 poems for us today. I'm gonna close this out with just 2 poems. The first one is Brown Skin Girl. We'll start there. Okay. Oh, y'all.
Now, ladies, we still tired of y'all. Well, let's get that.
Look, it's a 2-way street.
Oh yeah, it takes 2 to tango.
Oh man. Man.
We need to stop pandering. That's the thing. We need to stop and keep it real. Keep it real. Okay. Let's see.
We need to have like a dating etiquette workshop or something. Teach young people how to properly date. Go on dates. Get to know people. Don't just squabble and wobble with anybody.
I want to wait till I'm doing that myself. You feel me?
Oh Lord.
So it's not coming from a hypocritical standpoint.
That's fact.
Prove
That
a
is
friend.
facts.
Hate not to credit.
Oh man.
You can't relate to what, Janice? Shout out to Janice, still staying with us even though she's not in the
Tuning
podcast.
in.
Man. Okay, let me share this phone real quick. And let me share the audio and we sharing it. Okay, here we go. Oh, I wore my hair like that yesterday.
Brown skinned girl. Why would you hurt yourself when your entire world already gets that job done? Brown skinned girl, no one's gonna love you but you. Don't you know that? Don't you know you gotta be tough, strong, able to carry your household on your head and your siblings on your back? Brown girls, they don't crack, they don't cry, they don't bleed, they don't cut. Brown girls, didn't they warn you? There are two reasons we don't talk about self-harm in the Black community. The same two reasons it took me this long to write this poem. The first one is denial. A brown girl can't admit there was something wrong. No, that didn't happen. Not here, not to this brown girl, not to your daughter. Mom, when you first saw my wrist, you asked me if it was makeup from drama class, and I said yes. Yes, we're learning how to make cuts look real, and eventually I'll learn how to make the scars look like they're healing. What magic. What a way out for you. See, brown-skinned girls learn ways not to discuss the bad or the truth. When you were ready, you asked me questions I had no answers to, like why, like did I not want to live? Saying no would be denial, but no, I did not want to die. I just did not want to live like this anymore. The second reason is fear. Fear that if you speak it, then it's real. Well, I was over 2 years clean and I still needed to speak about it to heal. I am not bleeding, but I have not healed. Can't you see that? First guy I ever had sex with never told me I was beautiful, which led me to believe that I couldn't be. And he never noticed the scars on my thighs where his dirty fingers pressed down. He only said, lean back. He only said, take off your clothes. He only asked once, does this hurt? And I did not say yes. And I did not say, but I am used to pain. Brown-skinned girls don't get depression. They get silence. This is no disease. This is your birthright. It was not like waking myself up each day to go on. It was not like trying to feel something, anything. It was sadness. It was losing myself. Brown-skinned girl, brown wrist girl, red wrist girl, do not cry anymore. It is not lovely. It is not tragic. It is pain. It is raw. This brown girl was broken and raw. Brown girl cracked. She cried. She bled. She cut. She bled, she cut, she bled, she cut, she healed, she healed, she healed, she healed, she healed. Like brown-skinned girls must do.
That was deep. That was a blind watch for me. Yeah, that was deep. That was deep.
On the first sentence.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just, it's empowering to be a Black woman in America. It's just, And there's honestly nothing like it, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. I wouldn't rather be anything else. You know, I'm proud of being a Black woman in America. I'm proud to say that one day I'm gonna have little Black kings and queens of my own. You know, to raise them up and to share this beauty and this power with them. We go through so much things, and but we're the strongest, and there's nothing like that. I wouldn't trade it. No matter what we go through, no matter how much we have to come, our trials, our tribulations, our fights, our tears, our pain. It makes us inferior to everyone else. Black men, it makes us inferior to white men, Mexican men, makes us inferior to other Black women. Black women are inferior to Black women, to white women, to Mexican women, to Asian women. We are inferior, and it's just in having brown skin and a vagina alone makes us inferior to everyone else, and it's, yeah.
Wow, that's a tough thing. Mark, what do you want to say?
No, I mean, just as far as the poem goes, she covered a multitude of different topics that we as a culture, we as a culture struggle with, denying self-harm. That could be another thing we talk about, along with dating, but like mental health and like not ignoring it, and then not even just not ignoring it, but like accepting the fact that it's an occurrence that's actually pretty relevant in a lot of families today. Um, I liked what he was saying about generational curses that she was facing, with her mother, and like disguising makeup stuff, for cuts and things like that. Like that's just all crazy to think about, and things we got to pay attention to. And our new future as we look to having kids, making sure, we looking out for that.
I think this is the thing, right? When it comes to self-infliction, or like, self-affliction, where you're like putting lashes on your own skin and things like that, I think like it's crazy to I know this is like a stretch, but like I feel like there is a correlation to like things like that, because at one point when we made mistakes or when we weren't good enough, we got lashes for that. But instead of us getting lashes, we're lashing ourselves. And I think I just think that that's a correlation to slavery. I also do want to touch on. This is something that I'm out of touch with myself, because I'm going to Tunisia. I can't relate. I've never inflicted pain on myself as far as cutting, but I did go get tattoos whenever I felt like I was going through something really, really bad. But now I know like I can't do that. But as far as like, everybody has that whole first time story. I pray to God that my daughter specifically, like there won't be that first time story with like her going through some type of, the first time I want my child to have, my daughter, even my son, the first person I want them to have sex with is their child. Like I feel like that would eliminate so much pain and so much different types of confusion. I wish that was, but that wasn't. But I had a good. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I was with the person that I lost my whole thing to for like 5 years. So I don't know. I can't relate.
She's talking about a lot of things. It's important in the Black community, one generational curse that, a lot of that that is common that Black families are trying to break right now is that barrier balance between parents and children. Children actually being able to, because almost everybody has those parents where it's like you could talk to me about anything, you come to me about anything, you can tell me this, you can tell me that, but how many are truly comfortable with doing that with their parents? And that's where the problem lies, is that a lot of Black kids are not comfortable with going to their parents, because then we have strict parents, and or they're not seeing things the way you see it, or they're not hearing you, or they're not feeling your emotions, and that's where a lot of problems lay at. And something that I see that a lot of Black families are working on, trying to break that curse that we have. But I mean, a lot of things that we go through, as Tabitha was saying, is it strives from slavery. Slavery in so many ways brainwashed our people to down to genetically. Some of the things that we still do or think or feel is a part of that brainwashed mentality that we served during slavery time. So it's just, it's a lot of things that we as a Black community have to work on to break and change the mindset and the views and the ways that we do certain things. Yeah, definitely. But we get into this next poem. This next poem is called How the Hood Loves You Back. Now we'll go ahead and hop into that. These are blind reacts. So.
Okay.
Did I agree with what you did? Just saying, I've learned not to judge people for how they grieve. Learn not to judge the hood for how it loves you. Love from the hood. And honor only bestowed on those who showed the hood the most unwavering of loyalties. I'm talking street niggas. Most literally from cradle to grave. Most literally from corner to corner. Most literally niggas who broke the block in their last moments back in the air. Right before yellow tapes makes a spectacle of their bodies sprawled on cement. If the hood loves you, she'll make a monument of this location. They will bring teddy bears, well wishes, and heavy hearts. This is now sacred ground to be renamed memorial and landmark. This is no longer Jefferson Avenue, but where Twig got shot. For the next 6 nights, you'll see candles like this space holy. Until the wind blows, it's silent. Into the amber, it's blown in the direction of the summit's next casualty. If the hood loves you, she'll write it in tombstone text. A boy's face and childhood nickname will be written in script across a double XLYT. Ain't it funny how quickly death becomes fashionable? A testament to how tragic memories don't fade. Even in a washing machine, you can expect your closest kin to tap your name in the most visible of places. Your birthday in Roman numeral will kiss the left side of your little sister's collarbone long before a boy ever does in grief. We graffiti murals. That's how Biggie and Pac got faces in places that they never called home. I know boys who bore the weight of pallbearer long before the rigors of college, but the most famous of us will have streets named in our honor. Martin Luther King Drive and Malcolm X Boulevard both debunk the myth of respectability and prove that no matter the politics, all Black boys are doomed to die before the plan. When the hood loves you, and we gonna keep loving you. Long after the gravel has swallowed your portion of the 40, long after they scrap that car with vengeance, long after another boy's life is taken in retaliation of yours, continue in the cycle of trauma and street violence. Yes, y'all. The hood will love you enough to murder, but never enough to snitch. Yes, y'all. I know who did. I was there when they bumped the 4th, 5th. Yes, y'all. I watched the news. I listened to the I'll do it again. Yes, y'all. I'll do it again. Damn motherfucking right. I will do it again because I miss my brother so much. That don't mean that I agree with what they did. That just means learn not to judge a people by how they grieve. Learn not to judge the hood by how it looks.
It's touch and go. It definitely was, when when thinking about the hood, one that he like touched on is like, um, Martin Luther King Avenue, Malcolm X Boulevard. Whenever I've traveled, whenever I go to different states, Martin Luther King Boulevard, Avenue, Street, whatever follows after, is always in the hood. Always. I've never seen a Martin Luther King in a white neighborhood. Even when I travel, I travel and go to different states, and I pay attention to where their Martin Luther King Boulevard, Avenue, Street, whatever is. And it's kind of crazy because it's like, when people talk about Martin Luther King, he's so famous and talked about because he was fighting for equality amongst blacks and whites. It wasn't just, for blacks. So, white people have this high honor and respect for Martin Luther King as well. But you only see him being honored in the hood. And, to me, the hood is so much more than just the neighborhood. It's the people who make up the neighborhood. And when he said, "Don't judge the way the hood grieves," it's I agree with that statement so much. You can't judge how the hood grieves because we grieve in our own ways, the way that black people grieve. But at the same time, we grieve in such a toxic and burdenful and negative way that it shouldn't be judged, but it needs to be addressed. The way that the hood grieves definitely needs to be addressed, because usually in times of grief, if we're not grieving from our people dying from our oppressors, we're grieving from us dying by our own hand. And that's the what needs to be addressed. We can't it's something that we shouldn't even be grieving anyways. We shouldn't be worried about being killed by the hand of our brother or our sister, of someone who looks like us. And that's how the hood grieves, most of the time. And then we're retaliating and dealing with our grief by, going to take another life or attempting to take another life. And that's something that needs to be addressed. We can't judge it because it's what is known, and people can only do what they know. So you have to teach them and groom them to know better and do better, learn better, think better, prosper better. But to me, the hood is the people who make up the community. It's the people. And those people are important because in those communities or neighborhoods, you have amongst you teachers, doctors, therapists, lawyers, judges, basketball players, football players, rappers, singers, artists, all of this. So it's just important to respect the hood.
I mean, 100%. I mean, I think I'll focus mostly on like he spoke on, like when a street nigga passes, you know, all we do is put their face on a shirt, date of birth, date of deceased, Roman numerals on the shoulders. He just kind of went all in, and it kind of showed how yeah, we do pay remembrance, but like as to what, like,
Right.
you feel me, or what good come out of it? Like, yeah, we remember you, but we would much rather have you here. Like, I see them post that's like, oh yeah, it's too many, I miss my bro, instead of don't do it, bro.
Right.
And, so I definitely see what G's saying. At the end of the day, like we said so many times, we're all for the preservation and continuation of our people. And yeah, I guess I'll just leave that there.
Yeah, I definitely agree with what both of you guys are saying. The part that hit me the most was the part where he was like, we have this no snitch, no don't tell policy in the hood. And that's so true, because, I grew up, me growing up, people always said snitches get stitches and stuff like that. So, it's just crazy to think that if you tell about the toxicity that's going on in your neighborhood and you speak out against it. Like you see somebody kill someone, like he was saying in the poem, you see somebody kill somebody, but you're not supposed to say nothing about it. Like that's crazy to think that we're allowing people to get away with cold-blooded murder. And I don't know, it's just that continuation, that generational hatred, generational things that hold us back as a people. And that's the reason why the hood will always remain the hood, because you have all these proverbs and bywords and all these hearsays and things that we say not to tell on people when they're doing evil or they're doing wrong, that keep our neighborhoods in the worst conditions possible. So I think that when we change how we deal with one another, we might see some change. But until that happens, I don't really see nothing changing. I don't see youth dying any later in their lives or anything like that. Change comes from within the hood than without the hood, which means everybody from outside the hood trying to come in with all these different solutions. Like saying, oh, well, maybe if we have better cops, maybe people will stop dying in the hood. Nah, that's not going to help. We got to, us as people in the hood, got to work on our behavior first before we start looking for outside help from other people.
Exactly. It's all about the mindset. It's, like where is your mind at? It's definitely about the mindset. And it's just those things, those generational curses that, slavery has inflicted upon our people. Some of those things that, we have to try to break. But like Tabitha said, it starts within the community. So, but yeah, y'all, that's all we got for y'all for our podcast today. Went a little bit over, but that's what we got for y'all for today. I'll give y'all to Mark for us to close this out.
Yes, indeed. Thank you. So, yes, again, we'd like to say thank you all for rocking with us today. Just a little brief overview. We had me starting off with Letitia. I hope that's how you pronounce her. We'll say Miss Wright. Miss Wright, backlash for anti-vaccinations. Again, our stance is very clear, but ultimately, do what you feel is necessary to protect yourself. Then we had Miss Vanessa from Langston University, pledging to a Black sorority, the Deltas, and graduating from an HBCU. Interesting conversation there. Then we had the pastor who loses his mind on Facebook. Man, what can we say? Yeah, what can we say about that one?
I'm coming with the ad-libs. He is desperate. Let's go.
And then we had our two poems, Brown Skin Girl and How the Hood Loves You Back. And this will include our Fro Friday, Malcolm Friday, Make a Culture Move podcast. Look out for our workshops. Please subscribe to all of our social media platforms. This week coming up, we have ages 8 through 13.
Sign your kids up.
Yes, sign your kids up. Or if you know of any kids, know of any families, we're paying y'all to come learn with us. It's 3 days, 2 hours each day for a total of 6 hours for $3 each section for a total of $120 at the end of the 3. And then the following week we'll have ages, is it 14
to 26?
Okay, 14. Okay, it could be just youth and young adults basically. So if you think you fit that category, please look into our social media page, which is Make a Chess Move, Make a Culture Move. Just get at us on all those social.
Virtual artist, storytelling, Malcolm Apparel, Malcolm Lingo, wherever you can find us.
Yes, indeed. And then last but not least, we have our YouTube channel as well. But with that being said, this will conclude our podcast. We love y'all. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us. Y'all Malcolm out there.
Bye.
Y'all Malcolm.